So this is the Shaper Origin, and it's not obvious that it's a woodworking tool. It's got this touch screen on top. The shape is unlike any other tool. It uses this tape with dominoes on it. And if you didn't notice this router bit here, it's not obvious what it even does, unlike a table saw, a sander, clamps. So what is it? It's a handheld CNC router that uses computer vision and this tape with dominoes to know exactly where it is on a piece of material. It lets you make incredibly precise and complex cuts basically anywhere, and it can truly make your wildest designs come to life and quickly. But the real question isn't what it is, because if you've clicked on this video, you've heard of the Shaper Origin. The real question is, in a world of obsessing over what your next tool will be, should this be it? For me, the answer is pretty clear. Yes. And it boils down to three main reasons. First up, the hardware. Now, when you pick this thing up, it's heavy and it's made of solid materials and it feels very, very durable. Nothing about this feels cheap. The screen is clear and responsive. The controls here are very well thought out. Can you hear that? It's like a PlayStation controller. And even this plug is like, it's heavy duty. It's not cheap. But the killer feature is this. It's portable. This is especially key for me because I work in a small shop and I don't have room for a giant CNC. While you could bring this to the work site, I don't have the need for that since I make everything here in the shop. What I do use this for is I can take the Shaper Origin to the project. Whether it's a huge sheet of plywood that's on the ground for making a jig, or a dining room table that needs my logo engraved on top, this just works so much better for me compared to a traditional CNC. But great hardware means nothing without good software, and that's where the Origin really shines. The learning curve is surprisingly small. You can go from unboxing to making a legit cut in under a half an hour. I think I've realized as I've gotten more tools over the years that I hate setup time. Every time I get a new tool, my excitement is immediately met with dread as I realize I now have to spend time setting it up, calibrating it, and learning a brand new tool. The Origin is the definition of plug and play. And maybe most importantly, the Shaper actually updates the software. There's nothing worse than buying an expensive piece of tech and knowing that it is never going to get any better. The Shaper Origin gets frequent updates that add real features like the recent auto pass function. So with the Origin, you can actually create the designs straight on the machine. So if you needed to do a quick shape or something, you can create that right on the machine. But if you have a more complex machine, or if you wanted to import a CAD shape, you can use the Shaper Studio, which is a computer program where you can seamlessly send the design straight to the machine, which has been super, super slick. I've used this multiple times and it's just incredible. The free plan gives you 3 free exports, which has been plenty enough for me. So I do not have the upgraded account. So I've seen a lot of negative comments online about how Shaper will charge their users at any chance that they can. And while that's not untrue, I do think and I appreciate the option to opt in to some of these add-ons rather than having to buy a brand new device. And that brings me to my third point, the community. So Shaper has created this incredible ecosystem around their tooling. They have bi-weekly sessions where they'll have hour-long sessions deep diving into use cases for the machine, any new features, anything like that. And they have a catalog of all of those things, as well as the ShaperHub, which is the community center where people will open source projects and share them there, which is a great way, to get started with your tool and get familiar, where you can go into the ShaperHub, you can find an easy project, kind of get the lay of the land by going through and getting hands-on experience with the tool through, other people's projects, which is just incredible. But that's not the only thing about their ecosystem. The accessories are a big part of their ecosystem. They continue to deliver on great accessories like the workstation, which is what I have. It's an easy way to clamp down a piece and to make joinery, to make shapes, all sorts of stuff. They have another product called Trace where you can draw, anything really, and scan in the drawing onto your phone, and it'll go straight to the shaper, and then you can cut that shape onto your material. And I have to mention the new Bench Pilot, which is a pretty awesome tool. I haven't gotten my hands on it, but it looks awesome. It basically automates the movement of the shaper, so it acts more like a stationary CNC. Great for batch work, and something that has been very enticing. And this is the theme of the Shaper origin, is they're building on top of everything. The software, the tutorials, the content, the accessories, everything is just being added on, which is just great. So the hardware is great. The software is always getting better. It's backed by a massive community, accessories being added, content being added. Everything is positive. It's perfect. Is there a catch? You bet there is. The price. A brand new Shaper Origin is not cheap. It's almost $3,000 to begin with, plus at least a couple $100 more with the must-have accessories. The price point is probably the single biggest barrier for most people. I know it was for me, but I was able to overcome that, and I'll tell you how you can too. Here's how. I bought mine secondhand. I got a great deal on eBay, so it's worth checking eBay or Facebook Marketplace, and mine works perfectly, and honestly, I'm not missing a single thing about not having a brand new device. Which brings me to something else that I had to figure out. If you're looking at the used market, you'll see two models, a Gen 1 and a Gen 2. My philosophy is usually to buy the newer, better version of a thing so I don't have buyer's remorse later. But this is the exception. For me, as somebody on a budget, I found no practical reason to pay more for the Gen 2. Right now, the Gen 1 can do everything that the Gen 2 can do. They run the same software, they have the same core capabilities. I went with the cheaper Gen 1 to save some money, and I have no regrets. Okay, so let's circle back. Should the Origin be your next tool? If you want to easily bring ideas to life without dedicating a third of your workshop to a tool, then absolutely. When I'm deciding on a new tool, I have two criteria. Will it speed up my production significantly? Will it allow me to do things I currently am not able to do? The Shaper Origin does both. It's an incredible tool that'll fundamentally change the way that you make things. I'm curious to hear from you. What do you think? How do you feel about this woodworking cheat code? Let me know in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to become more involved in the channel, join my Patreon. Link will be down below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.